respected guests, and every human being who believes that a peaceful world is possible. Today I speak with a heart full of hope and a mind full of responsibility. I speak not on behalf of any nation, any group, or any ideology, but on behalf of humanity itself. I stand here with a message that transcends borders, languages, cultures, and identities. It is a message that does not belong to one part of the world, but to the entire world. It is a message that belongs to the child born in a village, to the youth walking through a city, to the mother praying for her family, to the father struggling to protect his home, to the elder who has seen decades of human progress and human suffering. It belongs to every soul that dreams of a peaceful and loving life. We are living in a world that is incredibly advanced and yet incredibly fragile. Technology has connected us more than ever before, yet hearts remain disconnected. We can send a photograph across continents in a second, but we struggle to send trust across the same distance. We can fly across oceans in hours, but we struggle to bridge the emotional distances between nations. We build machines, supercomputers, artificial intelligence, rockets reaching the stars, and yet something far more important is slipping away from us. Our ability to live peacefully with one another, our ability to listen, our ability to care, our ability to understand, our ability to love. The world today is burdened with conflict, hatred, and aggression. Many nations are caught in political tensions, border disputes, and ideological clashes. Families are torn apart, children lose their childhoods, and communities collapse under the weight of war. The destruction we see around the world is not the result of nature alone, it is the result of human choices. The bombs that fall are human-made, the bullets that kill are human-fired, the fires that burn cities are human-lit, and the walls that divide societies are human-built. Yet, just as humans cause destruction, humans also possess the power to build, to heal, to repair, and to unite. Humanity is capable of extraordinary goodness when it chooses compassion instead of cruelty, dialogue instead of conflict, understanding instead of judgment, and cooperation instead of competition. Peace is not merely the absence of war. Peace is the presence of justice, kindness, stability, opportunity, and dignity. Peace is a living force that nurtures societies, helps them grow, and allows them to flourish. Peace makes education possible, ensures healthcare reaches everyone, supports economic progress, and opens the doors to creativity, innovation, and cultural richness. Peace is the soil in which the seeds of progress grow. Without peace, there can be no future worth living. Without peace, our dreams turn into dust, our efforts turn into ashes, and our achievements turn into ruins. The time has come for humanity to reflect deeply on what kind of world we are creating. Are we building a world of fear or a world of hope? A world of division or a world of unity? A world of suffering or a world of healing? We often speak about global development, but development cannot exist without peace. We talk about technological advancement. But technology loses its purpose if human lives are destroyed. We talk about economic power. But what use is power if it cannot protect the innocent? What use is progress if the planet is filled with sorrow? Humanity must recognize an essential truth. We all share the same home. This planet is not divided in reality. It is one continuous land and ocean that belongs to every person living on it. We breathe the same air, feel the same emotions, suffer from the same tragedies, and celebrate the same joys. Our differences are superficial. Our similarities are profound. When one nation suffers, the world suffers. When one nation falls, the world loses balance. When one nation is destroyed, humanity is wounded. We must understand once and for all that peace is not a local issue. It is a global necessity. Conflicts between nations have become one of the greatest dangers of our time. These conflicts often arise from misunderstandings, political ambitions, historical wounds, or struggles for power. But no matter the reason, the consequences are always the same: destruction, displacement, grief, and trauma. When two nations fight, the people who suffer most are not the decision makers, but the innocent civilians, the children, the elderly, the workers, the families who never asked for war. Their lives are shattered by decisions made far away from them. Their futures are stolen by the flames of aggression. Their dreams are buried under the rubble of demolished homes. When nations engage in war, victory is an illusion. Even the so-called winners lose lives, lose peace, lose years of development, lose trust, lose humanity. True victory does not come from defeating an enemy. True victory comes from defeating hostility itself. True victory is when two adversaries find common ground, when anger is replaced by dialogue, and when fear is replaced by understanding. That is the victory humanity should strive for. It is not enough to hope for peace. The world must actively work for peace. The responsibility does not lie with a few individuals. It lies with every person, every community, every leader, and every nation. And the greatest responsibility lies with nations that hold power, economic power, political power, technological power, or military power. These nations must lead not by dominance, but by example. They must protect the vulnerable, support the struggling, and uplift those who are falling behind. A wealthy nation is not truly wealthy if it ignores the hardships of the poor. A powerful nation is not truly powerful if it cannot use its influence to prevent conflicts. A developed nation is not truly developed if it does not share its knowledge, technology, and resources with those who need them. Helping poorer nations is not charity. It is a moral duty. It is a duty rooted in humanity's collective future. The world is interconnected, economically, socially, environmentally, and technologically. A crisis in one region affects others. Poverty in one area affects global stability. War in one area affects global peace. Many nations struggle with hunger, disease, natural disasters, unemployment, illiteracy, and economic instability. Instead of observing their suffering from a distance, wealthy nations must act. They must share technology, education, healthcare systems, clean water resources, agricultural methods, and industrial knowledge. Helping a nation rise is not a loss. It is a gain for the entire world. When two nations fall into conflict, powerful nations should not add fuel to the fire. They should not choose sides based on self-interest. They should not encourage division. Their role must be one of neutrality, wisdom, diplomacy, and compassion. They must strive to bring both sides to the negotiating table, encourage peaceful dialogue, and mediate conflicts before they escalate into wars. A powerful nation that prevents war is far greater than a powerful nation that wins war. Mediation should become a global responsibility, not a political tactic. It should be considered an honor, not a burden. Peace should be the first priority of every government, every international organization, and every global alliance. Peace must also begin in communities and within individuals. Every act of kindness, every respectful conversation, every moment of understanding contributes to a more peaceful world. Peace is not created by governments alone. It is created by people in homes, schools, workplaces, markets, and public spaces. It is created when individuals choose patience over anger, empathy over judgment, and cooperation over competition. Children are the future of the world, and they deserve a world free from fear. They deserve to grow up in environments filled with safety, love, education, and opportunity. They deserve playgrounds, not battlegrounds. They deserve schools, not shelters. They deserve teachers, not soldiers. They deserve stories of hope, not stories of horror. We must teach them the values of kindness, respect, patience, cooperation, and humanity. If we want a peaceful world tomorrow, we must raise peaceful minds today. The role of the individual is immense. Many people believe that they are too small to make a difference. But change always begins with one person, one voice, one action, one decision. A peaceful world is built by millions of small peaceful actions. A gentle word spoken at the right time can prevent anger. A kind gesture can heal pain. A compassionate act can rebuild trust. A willingness to understand can dissolve conflict. Every peaceful individual becomes a candle that contributes to a world filled with light. Let us imagine a world where borders do not divide hearts, where differences do not create hostility, where wealth does not determine worth, where nations support one another, and where humanity lives as one global family. A world where progress is shared, where the environment is protected, where justice is equal, where opportunities are available to all, and where love is the foundation of society. Such a world is possible. It is not a fantasy. It is not a dream beyond reach. It is a future waiting to be created, a future that requires vision, courage, unity, leadership, and global cooperation. It requires humanity to choose compassion over cruelty, understanding over ignorance, and unity over division. The moral duty of humanity is not to conquer the world, but to care for it. Not to dominate others, but to support them. Not to accumulate power, but to share it. Not to destroy, but to build. Not to divide, but to unite. We must understand that the survival of humanity depends on the survival of peace. Without peace, everything collapses. With peace, everything becomes possible. The final message of this speech is simple yet profound. Peace is possible. Love is powerful. Humanity is one. Let us choose to be the generation that changes the destiny of the world, not through violence, but through vision, not through destruction, but through determination, not through hatred, but through hope. Let us choose to speak with kindness, act with compassion, live with integrity, and walk with unity. Let us choose to build bridges, not walls. Let us choose to heal wounds, not open them. Let us choose to create a world where every human being lives with dignity, safety, opportunity, and love. The world does not need more weapons. It needs more wisdom. It does not need more hate. It needs more humanity. It does not need more division. It needs more unity. It does not need louder voices. It needs deeper understanding. If humanity stands together, there is no challenge we cannot overcome. If humanity walks together, there is no mountain we cannot climb. If humanity loves together, there is no darkness we cannot defeat. Let us rise above our differences. Let us rise above our fears. Let us rise above our conflicts. Let us rise as one global family, united in purpose, united in compassion, united in peace,